At the individual level, there's a lot of volatility around IP-based stocks. At the aggregate level, we see a lot of conformity. And the study that you see on the screen now is one that Tomo did about 6 years ago, where we evaluated what we thought were the 300 stocks across all industries that had the highest quality patent portfolio. And we created an equity index, like an S&P 500 or a Dow Jones, where we would buy the stocks of the companies with the 300 best portfolios. And we compared that to the S&P 500. And no surprise, the blue line is the company that owns good stocks, and the black line is the general market. And what it shows is that companies that own strong intellectual property outperform the marketplace generally. And not only do they outperform in an absolute sense, the returns are greater, but for those of you with a finance background, the Sharpe ratio is also higher, meaning there's less volatility. Well, where can you go and, using one criteria, buy stocks and get better returns and less risk? The IP markets. And why is that possible? Because a business professor will tell you it's theoretically impossible. The market's always right. It's possible because the market still fails to fully understand who owns the good IP. And so the average investor isn't able to make this selection. We've now extended this analysis and announced in January of this year a partnership with Shenzhen, China. When we think China, most people would say Beijing or Shanghai first, but 47%, I believe, of all patent applications in China are coming out of Shenzhen. It is the Silicon Valley of that region. And in partnership with the Shenzhen Intellectual Property Exchange, we have created US-China 200, where we took 100 US companies and 100 Chinese companies that own the best patent portfolios, and we compared them to similar blended indexes. And again, what we're finding is that companies that own strong IP are outperforming their peer group. So that's where we are today. We've gone through 3 generations of market development. We're midway through the 3rd. But I guess the more interesting question is, where are we going to go from here?